What a way to start the day.
That's right.
What a way to start the day, Craig. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. This is the Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On, and he's my wonderful co-host, Cricket, from sportspicks.locals.com. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. Here's what we got on the menu today. We got a lot of NFL stuff to talk about, of course, games coming up this weekend, kind of previewing some things. We have some coaching moves, OC moves, other news, drama. It's like when you get to the top, people try to take you down, Craig. We got some people accusing Mike Vrabel of being an alcoholic. at least when he was a player.
They'll reach for anything, won't they?
We got Baker Mayfield beefing with former coaches. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. A lot of that. We've got new season pools up for golf and March Madness. So I want to show you guys that. By the way, that season pool, they sent out my winning. Well, they told me what my winnings were yesterday. $114.
Okay.
Placed in a couple spots. All right.
Yep.
Probably net down, but still had some money come back. And he, it's so nice because you can just email him and be like, you know what? Take my winnings instead of going through all the payment process and whatnot. You can tell him, just take my winnings and I want to be in these contests now because they have a whole slew. They have like 18 contests open. And you can bundle, and so you can just put your winnings towards that, and they'll automatically put you in those contests. So,
see, that's smart on their part.
Yeah, I told them, I go put me in the $100 golf contest, and you can keep the other $14 as a tip. Thank you very much.
It's a tip, just the tip,
just the tip. All that and more. But first, Crick, how you doing this morning?
I'm all right. I'm all right. A little better. Not quite cruising back along again. I see we got pretty fortunate in the NBA game last night. Right now, I love hockey, greatest sport on the planet. Right now, it sucks. College basketball has always sucked and continues to suck. But the NBA, the sport I hate the most, continues to be profitable. So I'm all right, I guess, man. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. Tried out a new system play last night. I was telling you I was so close to hitting a pretty big play, but I live bet to headshot. But I was testing out my NBA alt lines. It ended up working out decently well last night, and I put them out there. This is the first time I put them out there for people over on the locals page. So if you tailed, hopefully you tailed them all, because we nailed that Golden State Toronto game. That thing went way over. We went like 50 points over, so that was nice.
Scored 272 points in that game.
They sure did, Crick.
That's plenty.
They sure did. Yeah, it was a good day. It's always fun when a plan comes together. Could have been a lot better if the Rockets could have done a little bit better, but is what it is. We had what do we have? Oh, you know what? The Rockets were down 16 at one point. It looked like the Spurs somehow were going to win this game. I really like the Rockets because of one, I thought they needed it more, and two, I really thought Wemby wasn't going to play. It's such a Spurs thing to do. Actually, correction, it's such a Pop thing to do. Pop would have the night before. So the Spurs were on a back-to-back. The night before Wemby, they made a big deal that he got announced for the first time in his career as an NBA All-Star starter. And he went out and balled out and put up like 30-something points. And then Pop, what he would have done in the situation would have been like, okay, we made a big deal about Wemby. He's my star. We're on a back-to-back. I want to give him some rest. I'm going to announce like 30 minutes before tip-off that he's going to, sit, because they're going up against a heavyweight matchup against the Rockets, is who they're actually probably going to be matched up against in the playoffs, and it's going to be a good series. So Pop would have done something like that. Now, Mitch was handpicked by Pop, worked under Pop for many, many years. So I was thinking maybe the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. I was wrong. Wemby ended up playing, but the Rockets still ended up winning. Good morning, Alyssa. How we doing?
Good morning, everybody.
But can't win them all. It was a good one. Got to win.
That damn Rockets game. We were.
Yeah.
I had the under in that damn game, under 221.5. I thought it was dead to right. So they scored 130 points in the first half. And I was like, I didn't even check it no more till this morning. I was like, hell, that one's over, dude. They'd have to score 40 points in the next two quarters for us to be. Well, they scored 44 and 43 in the third and fourth, respectively. And we went into that thing by about 5.5 points, sir. 4.5, I think. Either way, he's a winner. Booyah.
Winner, winner. Winner, winner. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, B Mac. King Sandwich here, hopelessly persistent. David's Docs about how we doing. Nelly's here. Number one magnesium on the market. Ooh. Supporting's here. Wimby's going to play at least 20 minutes every game to qualify for and bonus money. Maybe, but he only has a few games left that he can miss. I don't think they're really considering that right now.
There's a lot of season left.
A lot of season left. Real quick, let me tell you about something quick.
Tell me about it.
Got a little new Rumble channel to show you guys.
All right.
Hey, Patriots, in a world flooded with big pharma lies, mega ministry gatekeeping, and Hollywood deception, Faith in Freedom TV is fighting back. We're amplifying real voices with uncensored news, powerful teachings, worship music, and truth-filled content 24/7, free from distractions. Subscribe to our Rumble channel at faithinfreedom.live. That's faith in the letter in freedom.live. In like Nancy. Here, let me do that again. That's faith and in like Nancy freedom.live. I didn't realize they spelled it right after that. That is my bad. Catch Amanda Grace dropping prophetic fire, Dawn Clement Turska sharing biblical revelations, Dr. Sherry Tenpenny exposing health truths, the resistant chicks standing bold for freedom, and Rick from Blessed to Teach bringing daily inspiration. Hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. That sounds like a fire lineup right there. Subscribe right there on Rumble, hit the notification, and join the movement against elite silence. Go now to faithinfreedom.live, subscribe, and let's reclaim truth together.
Booyah.
Booyah. Go check them out. That sounds awesome. There they are.
That's right.
Jamie says, wait, the new channel was not the Uncensored Pharmacist. Oh, the Uncensored Pharmacist is going to be back this week. We got a lot to talk about.
I wish I had a nickel for every time the Uncensored Pharmacist was coming back. I would have covered all of my losses in the last 2 days with just nickels.
Yeah, well, I was planned, set to go, ready for a show, and then the sickness hit me, and
the sickness, down with the sickness, man.
So down with the sickness, man.
Yes. Good morning, Dirty Reg.
What up, Dirty Reg? How we doing? God, my voice is. I actually woke up. I woke up on the first alarm. Didn't hit the snooze.
Man, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Had time to take a nice long shower. Oh God, it was great.
Let's go, dude. Good day for a good day.
Gonna be a good day for a good day. Let's start here.
All right.
So I put this out yesterday. Just testing some things, man. I moved everything not too crazy, but just to where I was getting in between the 20% to 30. I mean, I guess I had a 33%er. I did have an 18er there. Just kind of moving everything to where, you're getting plus 300 to plus 400, depending on, what lines you get. Ended up nailing 3 of these. Now, one thing that I learned with this is like, man, it's 2 things I learned. One, you got to be able to pay attention to it, or at least set some orders in beforehand. I told people not to go crazy. I put like a quarter to a half unit on each, just because you never know. But what up, Johnny Boy Gaming? Thank you for rating the stream.
Oh, let's go, baby. Appreciate you, Johnny Boy.
The champ is here.
Champ's here, baby. That's what we're talking about.
Appreciate you, Johnny Boy.
Appreciate you. So the so I moved these lines, and 3 out of 8 hit, which I believe is profitable. I mean, I think I eked out a small profit on them. But I mean, it was I had a chance, like, so on one of them that I was watching was the Suns game. The Suns by 8.5. The Suns at one point, so they're going into the fourth quarter, as we can see here. They were going into the fourth quarter, and they were up 13 going into the fourth quarter. And we had I also had what was the line that I had here? By 8.5. I also had a 12.5 one or 11.5 one as well. I ended up playing that one later on. I put an order in and it got filled. But what I did was, Crick, I waited and I watched like a few minutes of the fourth quarter. And this is where I corrected a mistake I was about to make. So the Suns are clearly covering this going into the fourth quarter. And then, but they were still at like 50, like to cover my 11.5, they were at like 50 something percent. To cover my 8.5, they were up at like 70%. I cashed out of the minus 8.5 and ended up playing the letting the 11.5 ride a little bit, and they got up like 18 at one point, and they were at like 63% is what I ended up cashing out at, because at first I was like, okay, it's just a small unit on it, or like a half unit on it, let's let it ride. But I'm like, no, listen, you over doubled it. Like my mistake is I'm sitting here looking at it like, oh, it doesn't, that, I'll let it ride because I don't care. It was just such a small wager. But I'm like, no, if you're gonna do this system, whatever, and you got a chance to double a play, I mean, just take the small profits no matter what they are. Because I'm glad I did, because as you see, the Suns ended up not covering that original 8.5. So
gotta look for those spots to cash out, man. Got to. If you're doubling your money, tripling your money in those spots, whatever, it don't matter if it's early in the game or whatever. I know you want to let it ride. I know it's hard to cash that out. Take that damn profit, especially something as volatile as the NBA.
Oh, yeah. So that was a good learning point there, and I'm glad I did that. Good morning, Miss Leslie. But then, I had I just, my theory on this is, and maybe once I get more from feeling better with it, I'll be able to hone in on some when I like a favorite to do it. But I've just been taking the dog and moving it because I feel like that's the better value, especially in the NBA. You just take the dog, because what we see is that some of these dogs end up winning outright by a lot. Like I took the Kings. The Kings were double-digit dogs. I just took them down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
No, not the Kings. Sorry. Who was it? Utah. Utah was double-digit dogs. I took them down just a little bit. And they were in that game the whole time. They ended up winning outright by 5. So I could have taken.
God
I could have moved my normal 12 points and took them at like plus 1.5.
I started to say you could have took them for all the points that let you take them down to.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that happens. It's weird, and it's so hard to predict when that's going to happen. Like, who thought Utah was going to actually beat the Timberwolves last night? Timberwolves are a better team, but then Utah comes out and put up 43 in the fourth and outscored the Timberwolves in the fourth by 17 points and get the win. So, shit, like you said, NBA is so volatile. You never know what's going to happen. So that's why right now I'm just doing the dogs. Now I did have a favorite. I did have Houston, and I took them up. That one didn't come through. And that was, like I told you, I thought Wemby wasn't going to be playing and the line was going to move. So that's why I took it before the line potentially moved. But they came back and ended up winning the game. Jamie makes a good point that it's hard with some of these because the lines are so illiquid with these. And it's true. They are very illiquid. But, good thing about the NBA is it doesn't start till night. So you can if you get in there in the morning, you can kind of see where the line is at, like where the asking price is at, put a cent or two below and just wait. And more times than not, it gets filled. But I would also argue, even if you're not getting the best price on that market, it's still a better price than the sports book. And honestly, if you're doing this if you're shifting the line for a highly volatile thing that could happen, you're betting on volatility. Okay, so maybe you miss out on a cent or two, but you should be going into it with the idea of, anyways, I'm in this hoping that I'm right, and at some point, this underdog gets out crazy and has a double-digit halftime lead or something like that, and then you cash out. So you just plan on going into it, even if you get a little bit worse number, not necessarily it fully coming through, but at some point, it moving in your favor to where you have the opportunity to cash it out.
Excuse me, y'all. Good morning, Jose. And that shit happens every day, dude. Where you see one of them dogs that'll be up by 15 or 18 points at the damn half and wind up losing the game straight up or something. We talked about that all the time in like Cavs games and whatnot. So, yeah, if you're going to be betting one of the big dogs like that, look for that spot at halftime where they're up by 10, 15 points or something. Cash that damn thing out for 2.5 times your money and be done with it.
Good morning, Jose Taco. And good morning, Miss Leslie. I said it in my head. I don't know if I said it out loud, but good morning, Miss Leslie.
B-Mac, that's funny, B-Mac. He said, where the dogs go, man? To the pound. This guy, I'm telling you, talk about somebody that can pick the dogs, bro. This guy pisses excellence. In the NCAA basketball, if he gives you a dog that's like plus 120 to like plus 300, you don't ask about it. You don't research it. You just take the damn thing and you stack your nickels when you're done, buddy. He had NC State at Clemson last night, and he had UCLA over Purdue. That man's a savage.
He's a specimen. He's a specimen.
Indeed.
But you definitely want to be at least putting order. If you can't watch it live, put some orders in. Like my Denver by 10.5 at 18%. If I would have put an order in to sell at like 50 or like 45 or something like that, that would have been a great move last night, because although the Nuggets ended up losing, they were up at halftime.
Do you ever set yours to sell, or you just always monitor them?
My dumbass tries to monitor them. Like, I think I'm gonna have time to monitor.
That makes sense since you got so much time on your hands.
I know. I'm like, yeah, when I'm home, I mean, it's a late game. It's at 7. I'll remember to monitor after I put the kids to bed. No, I don't.
Steps. Good morning, Steps. I didn't see you sneak in there, man.
Morning, Steps. But I mean, at halftime, the Nuggets were up. What is that? They were up, let's see, 9. They were up 14 at half. So it's like that would have came through. So if I was paying attention, I could have saved myself a profit right there. So definitely recommend, if you're going to try this out, either set selling orders or just make sure you're paying attention. What up, Nandy?
And what up, SD? Good morning to y'all. Good morning.
It's basketball season, and I no longer enjoy basketball. Yes, good morning.
I heard that, Jose. I heard that, man. Especially the basketball of the college variety.
But I'll try to do this. I'm going to keep messing around, playing with it, and I'll keep posting them over on Locals. Hopefully you guys like that. We'll talk about it, of course. But yeah, this is something you're interested in. I can't talk this morning. Go over to the Locals page. It'll be there. And then give me some feedback. Jamie, I really appreciate everything you were saying here. I thought it was amazing and a great way to think about it. Yeah, and I'll reply back to you. But yeah, we're going to continue to bet on the volatility in the NBA, because especially now, this time of the season, when they aren't really still aren't trying, we're not in playoff mode. There's going to be a night where the Utah Jazz all of a sudden beat the Timberwolves. I mean, that thing, the Timberwolves were like a 13-point favorite or something and lost by 5, 18-point swing to the spread.
We just had the over in that one. Said it, forget it.
Yeah. Or, like I told you, the Raptors Warriors. That thing went over by 50 points.
Seriously, dude. I think the total was 225.5, and like I told y'all earlier, 272. Will tried to tell you, I told you that on Craig's Corner too. I said, Will told y'all, when Jimmy Butler goes out of that lineup, that defense takes a major, major hit. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a hit, bro, but you had that one dialed in.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the Raptors put up 41 in the first quarter, man. It's like, damn. And the Warriors are still going to get theirs because Steph, and it looks like Buddy Hield went off. Less than 25, I'm guessing.
Did he? I would have thought for sure. I thought they played
16.
Oh my God. What are we doing? No wonder they got beat by a damn 18 points. Shoot the ball, Steph. Who else is supposed to shoot it if you don't?
But Buddy Hield and Kuminga off the bench got you 45.
Well, that's good. That worked out well for him.
It worked out for our over.
Worked out for our over. I mean, we need Steph to shoot the damn ball, though.
I mean, I didn't care. I outlined the Rockets as well, or the Raptors. So it was a double dipper,
Just a double
a clean
dipper.
living, Crick.
Good, clean living indeed, sir. Get off that porch. Get in here, Steps. It's too cold out on that porch this morning, man.
Yeah, dude, it's like 26 outside
Buddy, we're
right now.
supposed to get some weather down this way this weekend. I hate it when this. But now, granted, they tell us this is coming. Okay, they say we got 7 to 12 inches coming, and all that stuff. But it wouldn't be the first time they've said all this before and prepared all these warnings. You got everybody. I never understand. Everybody goes to the store and they buy all the bread and milk, like they're going to be eating milk sandwiches for 2 weeks or something. And they'll do all that, and then that storm will get pushed a little bit north. It'll wind up blowing through Kentucky, and then we won't get a damn inch of snow.
Yeah, but the good thing about preparing for the cold,
Oh, I'll be prepared. I'm going grocery
all
store
that
today.
extra shit you go get and whatnot, it's stuff that you're going to use anyway. So it's like,
That's me. I'm like, I never understand why the only thing that's like cleaned out is the milk and the bread. That's it. I'm like, what
well,
if
you
you
just make
get?
sure.
They want to make sure, I guess, but I don't understand. I mean, I think if you was worried about getting, you know, trapped for a little while, you might want some canned foods and shit like that just to make sure you could conserve it. Because let's just say some crazy storm happens, you do get put hold up for 2-3 damn weeks. Hell, that milk bread ain't gonna last that long anyway.
Yeah, but you're going to use it, you know.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna use it any damn way, but I'm just saying that ain't what's gonna make or break it for me. The milk and the bread.
Jamie said, not sure if you covered this yesterday, but Better Day highlighted that after the Super Bowl, there's going to be a lot of early games in the day for day games, like in basketball, like NBA, and those have a more of a tendency to go under. Ooh. Well, that and after the Super Bowl is the All-Star break, and then after the All-Star break is kind of when the season really starts because you got the playoff pushes and whatnot, and then we see teams play actually care about playing defense, not every night, but more so than this first half. So, I mean, those two combo together makes sense. So I definitely would be looking at unders.
Yep. Yep.
It was 70 here in San Antonio yesterday. It has been kind of nice. That is nice.
That's perfect. You should be golfing, Jose. You should be out on the golf course right there. 70. That'd be dynamite. Steps is they're supposed to get a bunch of ice down his way. It's supposed to get the snow around my area stuff a little bit south of here. They're supposed to get a bunch of ice coming through. It might wind up being a shitstorm for you, Steps. That ice gets on them power lines, winds up breaking them damn things. You'd be without power for days in that spot.
You guys are getting all this fucking shitty weather, and up here it's just like it's gonna be a high of 32 and a low of 15 for like the next 4 days. But starting next week, we get up to 40.
Dude, I was talking to my boys last night, and my second oldest son was telling me I think they've already canceled. Y'all know they're in Minneapolis, and I think they've already canceled school on Friday. And you'd have to check the weather report because I don't know how well he checked it, but he does listen to people telling him. He is 8, y'all, but he said that the high on Friday in Minneapolis is like in the negatives.
Nice.
No, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That sounds like hell.
Dude, that's a winter up here in the north. That's something with King Sandwiches. Will, have you compared some of the volatile NBA results to Better Day resources like power rankings? No, I haven't done that yet. I might. I've just been going with dogs. I will admit, like when I see them, like yesterday, they did put out the Rockets. I already was looking at the Rockets. They they had a best bet on the Rockets -4.5, I think it was, which they cashed. When they do put out a favorite that they like, especially in a big game, I tend to go with what they put out, and then I'll outline the favorite in that one. But no, that's a good idea. I should look into that. Crick, what made me really happy about, even though I didn't win, I won on my live money line bet on the Rockets, but didn't cover some of those alts that I put out. The Spurs were up like 16 and blew that in the fourth quarter. Couldn't score they didn't score their first bucket in the fourth quarter until like halfway through it. You know what would help that team hang on to that lead?
What's that?
A Giannis.
100%.
If Giannis was on that team, because they're treating Wemby with this minutes restriction. Giannis is on that team. There's no way in hell, especially when they go cold from shooting from three, there's no way in hell they're blowing those leads because not only do you got a great defender, but you also got a guy that can get a bucket when you need a bucket.
Or rebound.
Yeah, especially when you're growing up against a tall Houston Rocket team.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Giannis is on that team. I'm just saying, Crick, I bought some more I bought some more yesterday. I keep doing this to myself.
Quit it. Now quit it. Quit it. That's enough. Okay. You bought enough.
I bought $10 more. Okay.
Okay. As long as you only went $10.
When it drops down to like 100 or 50 to 1, I'm like, okay, let me get a little bit more.
Yeah, just in case JIC,
JIC. Well, maybe they lose to the Rockets tonight, and that makes them rethink things. I'm hoping, fingers fucking crossed, man, because I think they really. Oh, if that comes through, man.
Wait a minute. Did they play? Who? Wait, didn't they play last night?
They played. Yeah, I was saying I bought it before the game. I'm like, if they lose, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, Steps. That's what my son was telling me last night. -22 up that way. And you're right, Jose. That must be riding weather. That's funny. I don't care what you are. That's what I'm saying. How can them people be so excited about everything with it being so cold up there? How could you have the energy to be pissed off about that much stuff?
Wemby coming off the bench a couple games this past week, playing less than 30 minutes a night. Yeah, that's what he's been doing since he came back from his injury. So we've been like over a month now. He in the NBA for your game to count, you have to play 20 minutes for like awards and stuff like that.
As it should.
And so they're counting. So they're playing him like 22 to 25 minutes.
And here's the thing,
man. I mean, they're the 2 seed.
It works, but here's the thing: there's still over half the damn season left, and at any point in time, if he ever gets even slightly banged up, he could just wince a little bit because he rolled his ankle walking in the damn arena, and they'll set him down.
Oh yeah. I still think he's not going to get those awards. Crick, this is interesting tonight.
Okay.
The Knicks, who started off the season hot, in their last 11 games, they're 2-9.
Who?
The Knicks.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, they're the hell. Jalen Brunson's done had to have a players only meeting and all kinds of stuff, man.
So this team is 2-9 in their last 11. What's interesting is they're 11.5 point favorites tonight. Do you want to lay 11.5 with a team that's 2-9?
I don't care who they're playing. I wouldn't care if they were playing Rutgers instead of Brooklyn. I'm just saying I don't think they can beat anybody by 11.5 right now, man.
Yeah, it does feel like, though, that the book is trying to tell you something.
I think we have got to look. It does feel like they're trying to tell you something. Why should they be laying that many points? But I thought that the other night when they were laying 10.5 to somebody, too, and they got beat straight up. But we got to start looking at whoever wins this damn NBA Cup, that we're going on the fade train for a little bit, dude.
Oh, yeah. Especially if it's one of the blue blood, or I guess not blue blood, but,
they are. Might as well, I guess, if you consider one of them. I mean, they're one of them up there, one of the historic.
What's the better term for that? Blue blood's better in college. What's the term? Like
OGs or
public favorites, I guess.
Yeah.
Celtics, Lakers, Knicks, like the big
big market teams that have a big market team. Yeah, that's fair, dude. I'm with you, but yeah, I think that team. I think we just got to start looking at whoever wins that NBA Cup, and we're gonna fade them for about the next month and a half. And you ain't gonna win them all, but you judge the last couple of years, you're gonna win more than you lose.
Any bets on who goes first in the NFL draft that you guys are playing? I bet the no at 12 to 1 on Mendoza, and I bet a little sprinkle, like $20 on Ty Simpson to go number 1 at 100 to 1, just because it was 100 to 1.
Will's big draft bet right now that he has got a lot invested in is for the Arizona Cardinals to make a trade and wind up having the number 1 overall pick. He bet that some weeks ago. Go ahead, tell him about that one you got laid out there.
Yeah, that one is also like 100 to 1. I got like 15,000 contracts on it.
But I could totally see that moving on from Kyler or something, trying to make a trade, get rid
of. They're definitely moving on. It's just whether this organization is cheap. But I'm like, okay, they're in the 3 slot. They want to make a move, kind of like they're bringing in a new coach. We don't know who that is yet, but like they might want to shake things up and make a splash. And I'm just hoping the Raiders weren't too impressed with Mendoza last week and are willing to move back and build the team. Whereas the Cardinals are going to move on from Kyler some way, somehow. And if they got to eat all that money on Kyler, it makes it a lot easier when you got a guy on a rookie contract,
Dude, I'm telling you, I'd trade that pick. You obviously need some more pieces and stuff there, but I'd be more apt to trade that thing back to 3 and let somebody else screw up and take Mendoza. And then, like you talked about,
Yeah.
see what Ty Simpson does in his combine days. You could still get your quarterback there at 3
Or just
or farther
trade
back than
back
that,
and
even.
go. There's some good defensive. There's a lot of good defensive players in this. I mean, you can get one of the Miami boys.
And you need offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Get the best offensive lineman. Trade back to about 6 or something with somebody and get the best offensive lineman available.
Yeah, I think I think that would be the smart move for the Raiders. But it's the Raiders. You never know what they're gonna do. Owner might just be happy that all the attention's on them with the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Tom Brady talks some sense into them. So we'll see. But I got Mendoza not because listen, Mendoza already said he's not going to the combine. So I'm like, ooh, he's got some other shit he's got to go do.
Probably like a prayer mission or something.
No, it was some like financial internship thing that he's doing.
Financial internship.
Yeah.
This guy
So
might be the Antichrist.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to be Ty Simpson that goes number 1 overall. That's why I got some on the no at 12-1 on Mendoza, but we'll see.
God,
We'll
you
see.
imagine how long they're going to make us stare at that stupid smile when he gets drafted number 1 overall.
I know, right?
That guy's face pisses me off.
If you want to join some more pools, go over the season. They got their March Madness brackets up, which is great. I got into some of those. I'm going to get into the $100 one. I got second last year in this one. Won me $1,500. That was pretty cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, for second.
In a golf?
No, in March Madness.
March Madness? Okay, either way, $1,500. Booyah.
Oh, but they do. I mean, they got some big prizes for the golf ones. I ended up getting the golf bundle. And then I'm in the $100 golf tier 2, one and done. You basically, it's like Survivor. It's like Survivor, but obviously you don't get knocked out or anything like that. You pick one guy for these tournaments, and whatever his score is or points, however they total the points or whatever, gets added to your record. But then you can't use them again. And then you can't use them again. Well, I don't know if it's like if you place second, you get 50 points. I don't know how they do the scoring on it.
If they're done by the score, yeah, I got you.
The better they play, the better you do. So, but you can't use that golfer again the rest of the season.
Ooh, but you pick one every week?
I don't know if it's just the majors. Let me just see. Let me read the rules. Maybe I should do that before entering.
That helps. Yeah, rules. Rules.
Let's see.
I love golf.
Pick one golfer each week. So yeah, it is each week. Earn the prize money. Oh, they go by prize money. Okay. So that's another twist too. You want to make sure in the majors you save your good guys for the majors.
Yeah, so you get more money in that thing. Let's go.
Can't pick the same golfer twice. Most season-long prize money is the overall champ.
When do you have to have your pick in?
Before the Thursday, round 1.
So before tomorrow. Well, let's see what we got available. Where are we been playing this week, man?
Oh shit! Yeah, I do got a pick. I forgot. I don't know. Let's go.
Let's go see where we're playing. What options we got, man? We need those. Golly, what's the golf guys that our buddies that did the show on here?
Oh yeah,
Plus money golf.
Plus money golf. Yeah,
those guys are freaking.
The American Express tournament at La Quinta Country Club in La Quinta, California. So it should be good weather. Last year's winner was Sepp Straka.
They don't play golf anywhere where it's bad weather except for the Open Championship, I feel like.
That's true. Should we just run it back with the champ?
Who won it last year? No, I don't like doing that.
Sepp Straka.
Sepp Straka. Georgia boy. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Harris English.
He's worse. He's world ranked number 12.
Harris English, world ranked number 11.
In his last 5 PGA starts, the highest he's placed is 8.
If I'm not mistaken, I need to stat check this. I think old Harris English went to.
Well, last year he he was tied in 43rd at this tournament, and he got cut the time before that he played it. Might not be the guy.
Yeah, Harris English is he's at least he went to high school as a local boy. He went to Baylor High School here in town. I thought I remember that name back in the day, man, when that guy was like, I think we're around the same age. And like I remember in high school, they were talking about how good that guy was and everything down at Baylor. But yeah, that's my pick. Harris English.
Okay.
To win whatever golf tournament we're playing.
I don't know who I'm gonna pick.
God, I heard that.
I do like to see the guys that have had success at this specific tournament, because there's just guys that play well.
I'm totally just winging it right here.
Yeah,
like I said, I haven't dove. I like to bet the golf in the majors. Golf's one of those things you got to be a little careful with because you have so many options every single week, and you can think, oh, here you get a half unit, you get a half unit. Yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that, and before you know it, you're down 10 units on one golf tournament that didn't even matter.
This is my guy. Last 5 PGA starts, he finished first, second, 10, 12, and 9. In this tournament last year, he finished tied in 7th, and the year before tied in 9th, and the year before that tied in 32. So it's like he's placing. He's making the cut. Ben Griffin. Never heard of him.
He had a first, a second, a 12th, a 10th, and a 9th. Is that what you said? So he's I feel like he's due to put together another big tourney.
Yeah, and he placed 7th last year at this. So, you must submit a backup pick too. Oh, my bad.
In case something happens.
Yeah.
Put Harris English as the backup pick.
So Ben Griffin, and then I need a backup pick. Let me see what it says. You got to read the rules. You must submit a backup pick.
Ooh, I like C-Woo. Sporting like C-Woo. Good morning, Spartan.
My backup pick? Well, how do they know which one's my backup pick?
Well, what does it say at the bottom?
Oh, I do it right here.
So you say, what's that little?
We'll do your Harris English as my backup pick.
You gotta scroll all the way to the bottom sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Let's go. We're in. So what is that? If somebody has to retire or something, you go to your backup pick?
No, if they tee off at all, you don't get your backup pick.
Oh,
just in case, sometimes these guys, when they're warming up and stuff, are like, I can't do it. I can't go today.
Yeah. So sometimes they try to, and they also quit on the 4th hole. I should still get my backup pick if he does that.
Yeah, I got a lot of golf picks to make. This is gonna be fun. Do that later today. Ooh, Siwoo Kim. Maybe I'll use him in the $100 one.
We'll see. Woo.
I love that.
We're about that.
Siwoo. But yeah, you want to enter in some of those. The March Madness ones are fun. They got a bunch of pools. Hell, the March Madness big pool, I think, is only $10 to join. Let me see. What does it say?
For March Madness, you fell out the whole bracket for that one?
The big bracket. Yeah, it's like only $10, and the top prize is $10,000. So that's a pretty good deal for picking basketball games. If you can turn $10 into $10,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in that one.
Yeah, that's fun.
Worth a sprinkle.
Yeah. So go over the season. Go check them out. Odds drop from 55 to 1 to 22 to 1 for Kim to win. Ooh, maybe we'll go. Okay. Let's see. In the $100 tier. Let's see. How is Siwoo done?
Dude, I don't know how to.
He makes me mad though, because he might in the 3rd round break his putter.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know how you can have the odds drop so vastly in golf. Like, what made you move him from a 55 to 1 to a 22 to 1? Because he's still in all the control out there, and he can literally have one hole that just shits the bed and screws up the whole thing. So what would warrant a drop of, that much? 55 to 1 to 22 to 1? That's a huge drop, dude.
Maybe he had a good practice round. I don't know. He'll be my backup for this one.
Maybe.
He'll be my backup.
Oh, so we just took Harris English out of there now?
This is for the $100 tier. I'm in both of them. The regular tier.
Don't make me become the biggest Harris English fan to ever live. because I will this week, and I'll be watching every minute of that, rooting that guy on. Local boy, let's go.
I love how I have never heard of a guy, and now we're fully invested into him.
Fully invested. Fully invested.
Ben
Huge
Griffin,
fan.
never heard of him either. So
Big Ben Griffin fans, man. Come on, Ben.
look at this. Steps hopped on board. Arizona
Let's
to
go.
make the first overall pick. I mean, those are good odds, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's worth a sprinkle. Like right there, he put what $2.25 to win $100.05 back in the account. Booyah! Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Crick, let me tell you about the Rumble wallet. Have you heard of this?
Man, tell me about that Rumble wallet.
It's a pretty cool deal Rumble's got going on right now. They can freeze your accounts, shut off your cards, lock you out of your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you. They control you. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing the Rumble wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold, real gold on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. This is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold. That's power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using your Rumble wallet, peer-to-peer and outside the banking system. No permission, no middleman, no cancel button. This wallet is yours forever. Go download your Rumble wallet today. It's honestly such a sweet deal. I love my Rumble wallet.
Booyah.
Booyah.
Man, I've been seeing all the different creators posting their stuff on the timeline and whatnot, where Chris and Joker coming in there raiding them and stuff. That looks like pretty cool stuff, man.
It is pretty cool. I think we're up too early for Chris to ever come hang out with us, but maybe
I was thinking so too, man.
Maybe
we're loyal though, man. We're here every day.
Yeah, we love Rumble. We appreciate Rumble. Okay. Oh, let's address the title of the stream. The Patriots will be the luckiest team to make a Super Bowl. That's what everyone's saying, Crick. Grass Guy's been saying it all season long. Everyone's been saying it, but you know what, Crick? Fine, let him be right. Patriots are the luckiest team to ever make a Super Bowl. But if we make a Super Bowl this year, Crick, I'd rather be lucky than good. All right, I'd rather be lucky
every time, dude. Every time. A win's a
Because
win.
you know what? If Grass Guy, if it was the Giants in our situation, the Giants was just catching break after break after break, you think he'd be mad about it?
Nope. Be on the same stance you got, buddy.
Yeah.
The exact same. What are you talking about, Mike Vrabel? They're calling him alcoholic when he played and everything else.
We'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
They're going up against a backup QB. Yeah, but it's a revenge game for Jared Stidham.
And not their fault. Ain't nothing you can control about that. They ain't the one that hurt the other QB. Hell, if that coach would run a smart play in that moment, Bo Nix wouldn't be hurt either instead of running that stupid shit they did. And hell, we don't even know if that's what hurt him. They're saying he might have got hurt.
Still counts. When they look back in the record books and they see the Patriots win the 2026 AFC title, that banner gets hung. No one remembers how they got there.
Once again, I believe there's no such thing as an easy schedule in the NFL. So there's clearly going to have to. Yeah, I would say that
against some great defenses, you know.
But yeah, like I said, there always is going to be a schedule where somebody played teams with the lowest win percentage, stuff like that. But there's no such thing as an easy schedule in the NFL, dude. Having to go on the road.
You can't go. I don't care how easy your schedule was. You can't run through the NFL playoffs and make the Super Bowl and say that you were lucky.
Exactly, dude. All those teams are the best teams in the league, and hell, even on the weeks when you're playing the teams like the Dolphins and the Jets and different things like that, those guys still pros, man. They still get paid to play football, and they're still going out there laying it on the line. Ain't no such thing as an easy schedule in the NFL.
Butthurt sports coverage win. I will say this: the worst case scenario for me would be if the Patriots win on Saturday due to some shady referee call. That would be.
I hope that don't happen.
Me too. Jose says, off topic, is Signetti ready to be an NFL coach? I meant this for yesterday, but I don't have a Rumble Premium. Oh, well, if you don't need Rumble, well, I encourage you to get Rumble Premium. But if you're just a supporter over on Rumble, like to our channel on Rumble, you get access to all the premium content for that channel. So if you don't want to get premium for everything else, you just want to support us, you can do it that way too. But no, I mean, I think he would be an all right NFL coach, because what is he doing in college? He's getting a bunch of older players. He's coaching men. I mean, that was the biggest thing for Indiana all season long. They got 22, 23-year-old guys on their team that they got through the transfer portal that are playing against boys in the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, you know?
That's what. Well, I'm sorry, but his style does not translate to the NFL, just like Nick Saban's style did not translate to the NFL. It don't, because when you got all them dudes out there making as much money as they make, as much more money than they make, you being the head coach, you don't have the same amount of control over a team like he's got in Indiana, where you're getting to make all the calls. Because we've seen these owners, especially the ones that are hiring head coaches because they suck at their job too, the damn ownership, because they don't really care about winning. They just want the money. But yeah, when you get put in one of those bad spots and you're dealing with a shitty owner, that don't work for these guys, man. I'm telling you, I don't think he would be a fool to go to the NFL.
Also, in 2019, he was making $450,000 a year at JMU. He just got a pay raise this season when Penn State fired their coach to make sure he didn't get stolen away. He's making $14 million a year.
They just paid him landman money, buddy.
Dude, he's making $14 million a year. He just went perfect season and won a national title. He could miss the playoffs for the next decade. They're not firing that guy.
Yeah, like I said, maybe he gets to a point where he's just bored and he wants to go to the highest level.
Yeah, but I think you're right. Right now, no, he's not. He's not leaving. He's got no pressure on him now because he's already done what he needed to do.
And even if he did go, Indiana be like, look, when you go up there and this don't work out and you get fired in 2 years, come on back. We got a soft landing spot for you.
Jay Glazer's reporting that Mike Tomlin is done coaching for good. Like done. No plan, no taking a year off and coming back.
I don't blame him a bit.
It's crazy that he's reporting that, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, dude, you already had a run, dude. You never had a losing season. You're a Hall of Fame coach. You won a Super Bowl. Fuck it.
It's also
go hang out and enjoy your life with all the money you made. I don't even want him to go into broadcasting. I don't think he'd be that good at it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. He's not the most talkative guy.
That's what I'm saying. I just go live your life, coach. We'll come back to maybe broadcasting or doing some spots here and there, like in a couple of years or something like that. Scratch that itch, but I don't think he needs to come back to coaching.
I wouldn't blame him at all if he didn't, but it's also easy to say that right now when everything's fresh on your mind and it's been a tough couple months and all that stuff. It's easy to say right now. Let's see what you're saying this time next year.
Or when the season starts next year, we get a few weeks in, you get that itch.
Or when, like I said, when the perfect job for you opens up because somebody gets fired next year and you're like, I could go do that there for a few more years. And
the job opens back up, you know.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go back to Pittsburgh ever if I was him. But
what up, Buku? Good morning.
Good morning, Buku. But yeah, I think it's easy to say right now with all this is fresh on your mind and stuff. We'll see. I think that competitive fire will wind up kicking back in, and somebody's going to throw enough money at him he can't say no to.
This was shocking and a good hire. Mike McDaniel is not going to be a head coach, which I think is smart. I think a lot of these guys, you need to take a year off. You need to go back and take the pressure off of you.
Regroup.
Go back to being a coordinator and what you're good at. And I think this is a great landing spot. The Chargers have hired Mike McDaniel to be their offensive coordinator. They're going from Greg Roman to Mike McDaniel. And say what you want about how he did it in Miami. They always, even this year, they finished the second half of the year strong. I think he's a great coordinator and a great offensive mind. And, you're going to have Herbert and all that talent. And what a perfect coach to work under than Harbaugh. Harbaugh is going to CEO, manage everything, and you just get to focus on what you need to focus on.
And
And Harbaugh's not going to come in and get on you about play calling and get in your ears. He's just going to let you do your thing.
And players like this guy, he's good in the locker room, things like that. And you take some of the pressure. I mean, you saw what he was able to do at San Francisco out there with Shanahan and whatnot. Like, this guy's a good coordinator, man. There are people that are great coordinators that cannot handle the responsibilities of a head coach. I think he's totally one of them. Maybe he'll be able to get there at some point, but I'm with you. I think you go regroup, go under a head coach that's done it, had success at both levels, and you go learn from him and stuff and just sit back and enjoy it for a little bit, man. Get that fire back in your belly.
Yeah, 100%. So I think this is great. You get to work with one of the stud young QBs in the league. They're going to come back healthier on the offensive line next year. And they already got some weapons, but they could add more weapons to that offense this offseason. So watch out.
I agree.
I mean, maybe we snag it now. Justin Herbert MVP, get him now before the odds move next season.
I thought whoever hired this guy, because obviously, and I felt like somebody was going to. They'd be foolish not to. But I felt like whoever hired this guy as an OC, it was a good hire.
Yeah, and like I said, working underneath Harbaugh, I think is a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, you would have to find a good fit, something like that, because he would clash with some head coaches.
Yeah, or like ruin his career and in Cleveland or something.
Oh God Almighty, don't do that. I'd go golfing before I do that.
I thought this was interesting. So the whole Trump wanting to purchase or take over Greenland.
I've heard a little bit about it. Yeah.
Well, let's just say Robert says it's going to happen. So some way, shape, or form, we're going to get part of Greenland. So Bet Online put up these odds.
How big is Greenland? How is that a pretty big place? Are we just getting part of it, or we get the whole damn thing? How's this work?
I think we're going to get the whole thing. It's massive. So it's like between
a massive sheet of ice, ain't it?
Yeah, but it's got a lot of resources.
Right. A lot of shit under the earth. Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw someone say since us taking over Venezuela and then taking over Greenland, if you put just the land mass size, it's about 1/3 of what the U.S. currently is.
Greenland?
With Venezuela in it. Venezuela's that big, but it's not that big. But yeah, it's big.
Yeah. Okay.
But I thought this was funny. Which pro sports league will be the first to have a team in Greenland?
Well, the favorite should be a bigger favorite. I know that.
Well, at first I was looking at it, I'm like, NHL? I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, but the NFL, man, the NFL just loves to go grab and grow and just expand. But then I'm like, you know what? The NFL is kind of a follower. Like, they are the big dog, but they wait for someone to establish something. And then because they're such a big brand, then they go. Because wherever they go, people are going to follow. But they aren't really like want to be the first to do it.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. And hell, you about got to have ice skates on to be able to get around up there. So it would make sense that it was hockey. I think it should be about -500 for hockey to be the first one. Yeah. I'll take that -120 and cash that in, stack my nickels.
Yeah. This was funny. This guy, Baker getting after it with some people. So Dr. Orlando Ledbetter or whatever says Falcons Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. QB Shadir Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. Baker didn't take too kindly to that comment.
He did not. Good. Get him, Baker.
He says, failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text and call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach.
Good. We need those wins, too. Good.
Guys says there's only 55,000 residents in Greenland. That's another problem. There's not a huge market base there.
Yeah, well, it's frozen.
Yet.
Year round. I'm just saying. I mean, it's not like it's paradise. But whatever.
If we take it over, I might move up there. We're used to the cold up here. I might move up there. Game on headquarters out of Greenland.
That might as well be fucking Antarctica, man.
Huh?
This right here, I like Baker getting fired up. But once again, I don't think anybody in the NFC South should be really throwing any shade at anybody because everybody sucks. So that's kind of my thing. I'm like, you know what? That's cool. You're bored right now, Baker. Everything it's all fine and dandy, whatnot. I understand you got a little chip on your shoulder from this one, but after the way we finished the season, I need you focused on other fucking things. We'll worry about him when we get there.
I like it. I love it.
I like it, but I'm just saying there ain't nobody in the NFC South has any right to talk any shit to nobody. Period. They all suck.
Yeah, but
And I'm a
Stefanski,
hey, and y'all should know I'm a Buccaneers fan, lifelong Buccaneers fan. The entire NFC South is absolute trash.
the good thing with Stefanski is 8 wins in the AFC North would get you probably last place. 8 wins in the NFC South might
You're
win
alive,
you.
baby. You're alive. You're alive with a real good shot.
I saw this. Robert Kraft says the Patriots playing in an outdoor stadium is an advantage he wants to keep. He says, how many of these indoor teams in the playoffs want to come here and play outdoors? The outdoor stadium and the fan support are a unique competitive advantage. Let's be honest, Crick. The real reason why Robert Kraft wants to keep an outdoor stadium is because he doesn't want to pay to renovate a stadium.
Man, cheap as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
He was cheap while Brady was there, and they're making all that money winning Super Bowls. I was shocked this last season that they actually spent. Listen, they spent a lot of money in free agency. They still had like $45 million in salary cap space that they could have spent, even with all the money they spent. You know what I mean? So it's not like and then he was just bitching about having to pay a terrible coaching staff that he fired after one season. That he had to take a financial hit doing that, and how hard it was for him because he had to pay tens of millions of dollars because we're supposed to feel sorry for him.
Yeah, them massage parlors get awfully expensive, don't they, Robbie? This mother trucker, man. I mean, I don't disagree what he's saying about it being a real advantage for playing outdoors and stuff like that, because I do think the Bears are talking about doing an indoor stadium shit. I think they're kind of stupid for doing that because the cold shit that you're dealing with. I'll tell you what, if you played that Rams team in a dome, Chicago, the other day, you'd have probably got roasted in that damn thing. The only reason you had a chance is because you were playing outdoors in that crazy weather right there. And I'm with Robert Kraft on that. I think that's a huge advantage because you don't want those teams from LA and Houston and all that shit that play indoors. They don't want to come up there and play in 10-degree weather, man.
Oh, I agree. And I think he's right on that. But I think if you asked him deep down, what's the real reason?
Oh, yeah. The real reason is he's like, hell, I could sit in the skybox either way. It's warm where I'm at no matter what.
This guy made a decent point. He says, can't say I agree there. Kraft is building a new stadium for his soccer team with his own money. Okay. First of all, a soccer stadium and a NFL stadium are two different things. Two, you don't know, like it could be with his own money. I'm not saying that this guy's wrong. I haven't read into it, but where he got this deal, he could have probably got a lot of grants, like a lot of favorable things for him to build the stadium there. But either way, he has not put in the money that he could put in to his NFL team.
Where's this being built? I mean, there ain't a way you could build a stadium for both.
This is being built in Boston. Well, remember, New England's down to Foxborough.
I don't know how far away that is. I have no idea.
45-minute train ride.
Okay. I'm just thinking we couldn't build a stadium for both of them to play in.
That would cost a lot of money.
Why? Why would it cost that much more?
Oh, you mean that they share one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant building two, like side by side.
I mean, we're only going to have what? You get what, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11 games at the most. You can get 10 or 11 football games there a year. And I don't think it's the same time as the soccer team's playing, right? Surely we could schedule around that. Why can't we just double dip here? Put some money in it to make a real badass stadium for both teams to play in. That would make more sense to me.
Money.
But I don't understand. You're going to spend the money anyway.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't an NFL stadium be a little bit bigger than a soccer stadium if you're going to do it right?
I mean, they're about to play the World Cup in all these damn NFL stadiums.
It's true.
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, that's my biggest thing. I'm just like, you're literally about to turn all these NFL stadiums into soccer fields to play the World Cup on. We couldn't plan for that for the future going forward, especially if you think the game's going to grow more and you're going to need a bigger fan base for this stuff. I think you could build a really badass stadium for both of them and probably save money because, for one, you're obviously not building 2 fucking stadiums. I don't know. Maybe I'm the fool.
There's something to it of why they're not doing it that way, and my guess is money.
Yeah, well, that guy's cheap as shit for sure. But
yep. So this is what it was all from. So this is the Mike Vrabel story. So, former NFL player Ty Law exposes Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel for drinking before practice and having a flask in his locker when they were teammates. He said Mike Vrabel was the party starter. Vrabel always had the liquor. He'd drink, take a shot before we go out there and get warmed up. Vrabel had a flask in his locker. Everybody would come up and take a sip.
My kind of guy, dude. Why does anybody have a problem with this?
Why is it just now coming out? You know,
Who even gives a shit? They're playing NFL football out there, dude. I've told y'all the other day, I support putting all these guys on the liquor and the drugs or whatever. That'd be a better product out there. PEDs, man.
that's right. Habak. Come on, there are second graders who haven't seen the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. It's about time. That's right.
That's
Way
right,
too
Habak.
long.
That's
Way
right.
too long.
Yeah, and I'm with Alyssa. Who cares how much Mike Vrabel was drinking and shit? You're playing NFL football. I feel like you got to have a little bit of mind-altering substances to go out there week in and week out and do that crazy.
It worked out for him. The man won Super Bowls, was a hell of a player.
Saying, you know, if you were too drunk to go out there and do your job, it'd be one thing, but clearly you did just fine.
And there are players that take a shot of something just to calm the nerves. It's not like you're getting drunk or anything like that. You just
it doesn't. You don't have to be hammered, just stumbling around. I promise you can't play football hammered.
It's the same thing as someone who pops a Xanax before they go out to like public speaking or something like that. You know,
it's the exact same thing.
But Mike Vrabel, which listen, coach, just who cares? Who cares what they say? But he comes out and says he denies Ty Law's story that he used to drink alcohol before practice when they were teammates. I've never had a flask in the locker room. His stories sound good nowadays. Ty sells liquor for a living, so he's trying to push his product. Yeah, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
I'd say, yeah, I didn't take a shot. I did 3 cake stands and then went out there.
Either way, I mean, like, he's got a point. He's got to defend it. He can't come out and say that, yeah, that's what I used to do or whatever. But, like,
I don't know why you can't say
even
that.
if he did do it, who cares, coach? No one's going to blame you. And it's like, if he really was, like, had a problem, we would have heard about it by now. You know what I mean?
Mike Vrabel doesn't look like a shriveling alcoholic up there on the sidelines.
Yeah, he looks pretty dialed into the game.
If you've ever seen anybody with severe alcoholism, they don't look like Mike Vrabel.
Graska says you can't drink at a regular job. You shouldn't be able to drink there.
You can drink wherever the hell you want as long as you get your job done. You get your job done, you hide a little flask in your desk, and you're getting your job done performing at a high level, nobody ever says shit to you.
I mean, I agree. Like,
I mean, I hear what you're saying. But
players shouldn't be getting hammered before a game or something like that. But to say that no one's has never taken a shot before they go out and play a game or just something.
If y'all think that people ain't drinking at their daily jobs, you're out of your fucking mind. There's people that drink at their jobs all day.
There's a difference between drinking and taking a shot.
Buddy, some of them damn painters and shit that my dad worked with growing up, they would bring a lunchbox and it had a 6-pack of natty ices in it, and they had them damn things gone by lunchtime. They switched over to liquor and got the job done every time. Beautiful houses painted. So I'm just saying, to each their own. We crush beers for hockey. Now, that's what I'm saying. That's the beer league. Some guy from Maine plays in that beer league up there, dude. They just pound beers and play hockey. These are my kind of people, dude.
I mean, I 100% believe there's hockey players that have to take a shot before they go out there and get beat up.
It's literally like a beer league that a bunch of older guys are playing in, I guess. And they're just like pounding beers out there playing hockey against each other. I fucking love that, dude. I want to go on vacation up to hang out with some guy from Maine just to play in a beer league hockey game. We'd live stream it.
Yeah. Super Bowl officiating crew has been announced. I don't know what this means. I don't know who that's good for. These are our judges. Roy Ellison will be your main umpire. How about that?
Hell
wait,
yeah.
no.
The white hat's going to be Sean
Main
Smith.
one is going to be Sean Smith. Okay.
Yeah. And the umpire will be Roy Ellison.
Good news is these guys do have Super Bowl experience, most of them.
Got the Dana McKenzie.
Oh, these two worked the same Super Bowl.
Yep. Sure enough did.
We're going to see once we figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl on Sunday, then we're going to hear a lot about these officiating, these officials and like their history with the teams that are in there. And you're going to hear all that. Like it's going to make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Good morning, Never Married. Piss ain't good to see y'all. Habak says, if you're good enough at your job, many employers won't care what you do as long as you're making them money. That's right, Habak.
I want to look into this more. So maybe you can look into it too, and then we'll cover it tomorrow. Because I
Okay.
want to clip it out, but I want to have like a good solid 5 minutes on it. But long story short is a Dodgers fan turned down $2 million offer for Shohei Ohtani's home run baseball from the NLCS Game 4.
I saw this.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that crazy one that like they came back down something and he hit that home run to
I believe
win it
so.
for them or something?
I believe so.
Yeah, I want to get my facts straight on this before we cover it. But
I
so
know it was like Game 4 of the NLCS. It was a big time home run or something. Somebody offered him $2 million.
yeah, and he goes, "Nah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go put this on auction. I'll get more than that." Well, at auction, he got $292,000.
God, that's hilarious.
I fully believe when it comes to this kind of stuff, you got to strike while the iron's hot, dude.
If you offer me $2 million for anything that I didn't have that morning when I woke up and it just landed in my fucking lap, and you offer me $2 million, take that motherfucker. I don't care what you get for it. I got $2 million more than I had this morning when I woke up.
Yeah, when the check clears, you can have it.
Absolutely. Exactly. I'll hold on to it till the check hits my account and then it's yours. I'll throw it to you. Get your glove on. I'm telling you. Yeah, I see some of these people, they're just greedy, man. Just greedy, and you get what you deserve.
Oh man. Never married. It's his first time. Never married. I thought we've seen you in here before.
I feel like we have seen you before, but maybe not. Either way, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to have you.
We love football. We sure do love football.
That's right.
We got some football to talk about. It all makes sense now. I can't believe I didn't put this together yesterday, Crick. It makes sense why Robert Saleh took the Titans job. You remember this?
Yeah, this is why he took the job. I thought he was a damn fool. He just wants to fight Liam Cohen twice a year.
So, for those of you that don't know, earlier this year when the Niners played the Jags ended up winning. But, the week leading up to it, Robert Saleh said something along the lines that these guys are really good at manipulating and doing certain things. There's something along lines of like, it sounded like he was throwing shade at them, but he was really giving them a compliment, saying like, you guys do this and it's like you bend the rules in your favor, which is like you do a really good job of it, and it's not technically illegal what you're doing, and it's going to be really tough to stop, is what the gist of what he was trying to say. It came across as like negative to Liam Cohen, and so Liam Cohen took that personal.
He did.
And after the game, after the Jags won, Liam Cohen, in a kind of a bitch move, instead of just confronting Robert Saleh here, he walks past him, waits for his big lineman to get in between him, and then starts cussing out.
Hold me back.
Saleh. And Saleh, this was the Saleh, I will fucking end you.
Yeah, he would too. God almighty. Pick a better spot, Liam.
So you see, Liam clearly has walked away. Saleh's all the way over here, right? Could have said something, walked right by him, could have said something then. But then here's where it gets
what a bitch move.
I know, right?
Don't click on that, Never Married. Don't click on that.
Click on what?
She asked what that website was down there.
Yeah, don't do it. So he's saying, keep my name out of your mouth. He waits till all his guys
with all those giant monsters in between them. Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear it. Shit.
He said, excuse me, look at Liam Cohen still walking the other way.
All the players are laughing. He's like, I will fucking destroy you. I will fucking end you. Like, Saleh just went straight into, like, let's fight.
I'm telling you right now, 72 ain't real excited about having to try to block Robert Saleh right now. He ain't overly excited. Robert Saleh's a big guy, man. He's got legs hanging off his shoulders right there. He would rip Liam Cohen's arms off and beat him to death with them.
Oh my god! We'll cover this again so we can make a video out of it too. And I'll get the actual audio clip where we can hear it or find the transcript.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I forgot all about that.
Oh man.
You better go on. Yeah, hold me back. Hold me back.
Keep my name out of your mouth. Oh, that's really easy for you to say after you walk past all your linemen.
Yeah, you fucking punk. Yeah. But you don't want that smoke, Liam Cohen.
But hey, he gets it twice a year now.
Oh, yeah, you get that smoke twice a year. Once at your house, once at his. Get you some.
Oh man, it all makes sense now, Craig. It all makes sense.
I think Bitmap's talking about Fernando Mendoza down there in the chat, man.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It was a joke.
Oh, I get that now. Now that I read it.
Oh
Man, what up, Mighty Megatron? Who's yours?
Megatron. You got your Hoosiers national championship gear yet, man? You put over your Nebraska stuff, Megatron?
Maybe.
So how many man caves in Indiana you think have that picture of Fernando Mendoza diving in the end zone? How many dudes you think already have that shit framed and hung over their couch?
I don't know, but there was a I was listening to Stu Gottlieb talk about how they're like talking about how that was a home game, even though it was in Miami. It was a home game for Indiana because of all the Indiana fans. And he's like, those are all fake fans, all right? Show me a ticket that you went to a game before 2025 and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you guys have never packed a stadium like that before. And the guy made a counter argument like, well, they've just been saving their money all these decades, just saving instead of going to these other games, saving this season, saving their money. So then they could afford to go to the game that actually matters. And I was like, that's a good point.
I had no idea how much money was in Indiana for all them, but for the average price of that game was like $4,500, and there was nothing.
$4,200 was what would cost you to get in the door.
And there was nothing but red in that damn stadium. I didn't even know that many people had money up there, dude. I've drove through it plenty of times. It don't look like it's got all that much money in it.
Well, when you save for over a decade, man.
Yes, they must have that shit buried in mason jars and stuff.
I mean, what a place. I mean, think of all the places that the national championship could have been, and you got to go take a vacation to Miami and watch your team win a title.
Just hang out. Just party, dude. That's a party. Megatron says he already got his Mendoza picture hanging right over the fireplace next to Jesus. Same thing.
Derp says Bills are about to be Garbo. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to be interesting. We still got like who's going to hire who, and
I'm telling you,
some of these coaches that are still playing right now are going to get hired. So it will be a while till we see. I guess next week we'll probably see some new hirings with some of these coordinators from these teams.
If I was Joe Brady and Buffalo didn't give me a chance at the head coaching job, I'd tell them to kiss my ass.
If they don't, there's a reason why. That we don't know.
Well, that's true. What is the damn? What is the coordinator for Kansas City forever that we were always like? Is it
Bieniemy?
Bieniemy, yeah. Everybody's like, why is this guy not getting a job? Clearly, there was something to all that at some point.
He's back as the OC in Kansas City.
Easy. That's probably where he needs to be.
Well, he was the Bears running back coach this past season.
Didn't he go to the Commanders for a little bit too? The Redskins,
Excuse me. Yeah. He went to I think he went to UCLA as well. He went to college, and then he was the Bears running back coach. And then now he's back at offensive coordinator with the Chiefs.
I'm just saying, Joe, if I'm Joe Brady and everything I've given to Buffalo and what I've done and the success I've had at my job, if you don't give me a chance, I'd tell you kiss my ass. I'd go somewhere else.
Well, he might not have a choice to go somewhere else because if they don't give him that, they might be.
Would hire Joe Brady.
I don't know if the new coach there would hire Joe Brady there.
That's what I'm saying. If I see him, I'd just tell him I'd be gone. Even if he did want to hire me, I'd be like, no, I clearly have no room for advancement at this place.
I still think Brian Flores would be a good fit there.
I think Brian Flores ought to go to Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't think either spot's bad, but Brian Flores in Buffalo, just focus on that defense. Bring you in an offensive coordinator that Josh Allen wants to work with. The offensive side of the ball is going to be fine.
Yeah, you got him. I mean, but I think Brian Flores is a good hire for any of them, man. I really do. And I think he's smart by not jumping on something like the damn Titans job or the Falcons job. I think he's smart by not just jumping on those. I don't know. The Falcons might have been a pretty good spot if you had a chance there, just because you do have some pieces in place. You got to
don't go to Arizona or something.
No, yeah, don't go to Arizona or something. I think Buffalo, Pittsburgh, or Baltimore are the only three for him that I would consider taking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. They're talking about Brian Daboll. I hope they hire Brian Daboll as the Buffalo head coach. As a Patriot fan, I hope they do that.
I like Brian
Do not
Daboll.
hire Brian Flores. Hire Brian Daboll, please.
I like Brian Daboll, but I'm not convinced that's the damn answer at all.
I get the theory behind it, but I don't think it's right.
I like the guy. I know he did.
I think he needs some time away, just like
He did.
McDaniel. Time away from
Yeah.
the spot.
Yeah, breathe. Don't dive right back into it, man.
Or
Brian,
hire Flores as head coach and Daboll as the offensive coordinator.
I don't hate that.
All right.
I mean, I don't hate that either. But yeah, I like
you
Odell.
thought about these games anymore? You marinate on these games anymore?
A little bit, but man, I think I'm gonna go with my gut like I've had from the beginning. I told you I filled out one damn bracket for these things, and the first one I filled out, I had the Rams playing the Patriots and the Rams winning the damn thing. And I think I'm rolling with that. I think I'm going the Rams. I like taking those plus 2.5. I hate seeing all that damn public money on the side, but it's not overwhelming, I guess. On the other side, the Patriots, it scares me, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't know in the Patriots Broncos game. It feels like too easy to take the Patriots, assuming that a backup quarterback is not going to be able to do anything out there. But I know that defense is stout. You're getting to play at home. You got a coach that's won a Super Bowl before, been there, done all that stuff. So it just feels almost too easy to take the Patriots just minus the 5.5. Maybe look at Patriots first half or something, man.
I did have so here's my feeling on it. Let me see if I can find the article real quick. Was this from? No. What was this today? The 20th?
Some guy from Maine says, hire Daboll, then mistakenly text Flores, say that he got the job. Whoops.
Oh, that's not the. I'm trying to find the article that I was reading over on.
Derp, what up, Derp? When'd you get in here, man? Good morning.
Where is it at? I'm gonna have to go into my email and find it. Here's my thought on it. If it wasn't my team in the AFC Championship, this is how I would approach it. And same scenario, put in the Jags or someone. I don't care. Put the Chargers in. I don't care. Let's say it's the same scenario. Broncos, starting a backup quarterback. I have a lot of respect for Sean Payton. People can say what they want about the dude. I think he's a hell of a coach. I don't think there's that big of a drop off between Nix and Stidham. I don't think all line movement is the same. Everyone's saying you can't move this line 6 to 7 points. That's not the difference between Bo Nix and Stidham, but not all points are the same in this one. If we presume that the Broncos were going to be a 1.5 point favorite with Nix, yeah, you're moving from 0, but it really doesn't. I mean, you flip flop once you cross 0. It's not really that big of a difference when you're going from -1.5 to -1.5 the other side. And then really the biggest thing here is you're going through 3 because if you move past 3, it's really easy to move past 4 because we've talked about it a bunch. I mean, the line hardly 2% of the time lands 4. So it's kind of a dead number. So you go up to 5.5. Okay. Now, if this got to 7, I'd say, whoa. But I don't think the line movement, when you hear someone say, he's not worth a 7-point movement to the line, I'm like, okay, well, not all 7-point movements are the same. You know what I mean? We're not going from 3 to 10,
And a move through 6, if we get 6.5, that's a big move in the NFL too. 6 is a key number in the NFL with the kickers being so good. So that's kind of a big deal too.
But my whole thing here is I trust Sean Payton. Broncos defense. I'm trying to find this article. The Broncos defense, had a really good. They led the league in sacks. Were on pace to break the sack record. Ended up not getting there. Their defense has been good all season long. I'm trying to find this article real quick. But their defense was not good from week 12 on. Why week 12? That's after their bye. After their bye, their team has been pretty. It wasn't the numbers that they were putting up at the beginning of the season. I'm not saying it was bad, but and we've seen the last few weeks they've been struggling. Let's see if I can find. There it is. Patriots at Broncos. Here it is.
I think you can look at Broncos players for sacks.
Yeah, no, 100%, especially with how the Patriots have not been able to protect Drake May. My biggest thing is if this wasn't my team, I do trust Sean Payton. I think he has the guy he wants in there. But as good as coaches are, coaches can only do so much. We've seen that time and time again, how many times we put our faith in a coach. And really, the coach can give you an edge, can put you in a better position to win, all that stuff. At the end of the day, I cannot back a quarterback that hasn't thrown a football in a game in 2 years. I don't care who you are. I don't care how good of a backup you are. That for you to start your first game in 2 years
I
in
mean,
the
when
AFC Championship game, dude, that is gonna be hard for anyone. I don't care who they're playing. I don't care how
I
much better their team is than the other team.
that's what I can't get past, dude. It's like something like 794 days or something. And like, when is the last time this guy even took a meaningful snap? Like, he got like one snap for a kneel down this year in a game. When is the last time this guy even went out there to actually play football?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be I can't, put my team aside. Like, no matter who the Broncos were playing, I wouldn't trust catching those points, even all those points, with a quarterback who hasn't done it. And here's another thing. People talk about how great all these other defenses are. This is how good the Patriots defense was this year. Okay. And you can say our easy schedule, whatever. We were third in the league in points allowed per game, 17.8.
Yeah. And that's what I've been saying all along. There's something to be said about beating bad teams by a million.
And remember, when we had Milton Williams out there, no one was rushing for more than 50 yards on us.
And
He went
Milt Williams
out, people were
back,
able to, and then he's back. And look at once again, teams aren't able to run the ball on us.
and he straight up shut that shit down in the middle last week. That guy is a monster, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That guy looks like a grizzly bear standing there.
You'll see some people also put out there, like I think I saw something like playoff home underdogs are 9 and of like 4 points or more. So if you're a playoff home underdog of 4 points or more, you're like 9-0. Um,
I guess it's weird that you have that spot.
yeah,
I'd also want to know how
I
many of
think it's divisional round on because the wild card ones get a little weird. Either way, they're like 9-0. But my
undefeated.
argument to that would be how many of those 9 teams was starting a backup quarterback who hadn't played in 2 years? Probably none.
Well, they hadn't played in 2 years. Yeah, I was going to say the Eagles probably on that list.
Yeah, but I mean, Foles had at least played a little bit, and
Yeah,
Foles wasn't. He started the end of the season. He didn't start in the middle of the playoffs.
yeah, he went out like week 15 or something.
Yeah, he got a couple games under his belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't know. It feels awfully. It feels like a lot to ask of Jarrett Stidham. I'm sure he'll go out there and try to be a gamer and all that stuff, but if this guy just doesn't have the best game, I don't think he should be just shit on. It's kind of that's a tall task to ask of that guy, man.
Yeah, these are good little articles to go read over there at sharpfootball.com or Sharp Football Analysis. They give you a lot of data and whatnot. To get the full thing, you have to be a supporter, but they give you a good amount for free here. Like Denver will need a strong defensive performance, something that has been hit or miss to close the season. Overall this season, Denver allowed 4.5 yards per play, which was second in the league, 287 yards per game, fifth in the league, and a 63% success rate, which was second in the league, and 1.68 points per drive, fourth. So they're overall, season-wise, they're really good. Since their Week 12 bye, Denver has allowed 4.8 yards per play, which is ninth, 308 yards per game, which is 12th, 61.9% success rate, which is sixth, 2.04 points per drive, which is 15th. So they have struggled since their bye week. Yep. And that includes in those games since the bye week, that includes games against Geno Smith, Kenny Pickett, Chris Olaka-Duncan, and Trey Lance. So it's not like they've been going up against top-tier quarterbacks during that stretch.
What a list of quarterbacks that was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Against Mariota, they gave up 26 points and 419 yards. Against Jordan Love, they gave up 26 points, 362 yards. Against Trevor Lawrence, they gave up 34 points and 346 yards. Against Josh Allen last week, they allowed 30 points and 449 yards.
Well,
and as lucky as you want to say, Grass says both games will probably be terrible. As lucky as you want to say the Patriots are, the one thing the Patriots did do this season was put up a lot of points.
Pretty good quarterback up there.
Yeah. Denver's going to be facing New England, a New England offense that is averaging 6 yards per play, which is second in the league, 372 yards per game, which is 6.
Ghost is right, though. You do have that bulletin board material with everybody telling the Broncos they can't win this game.
I mean, the Patriots have the same thing. Everyone's calling them frauds and not even no one was giving them credit for that win against CJ. Everyone focused on CJ Stroud of that game and didn't give that Patriots defense any credit.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, it's disrespect on both sides for sure.
Even though the Patriots were playing against good defenses and have struggled against these good defenses in the playoff, they still found a way to challenge those defenses. They had 381 yards against the Chargers, the third most allowed by the Chargers this season. They scored 21 offensive points against Houston, just the sixth team to do it this season.
They did pretty well against that Browns defense too. That was top in the league.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it says something about the Patriots team that May has not played to his standard, and they still found a way to win these games by double digits. What are we doing? That was Patrick Mahomes. Everyone would be praising him.
Oh my God, Chris Collinsworth would still have his PP in his mouth. 100% they would. Yeah, that's what bothers me. Is the I guess kind of the favoritism that's shown in the NFL for certain players.
I know, right? That game's gonna be interesting. We'll see, but I just the bottom line for me, putting my bias aside, is you got to be careful trusting a guy who hasn't taken a snap, a real snap, not a kneel down, in an NFL game in 2 seasons. There's gonna be some rust, Crick.
There should be.
You might say, well, the Broncos are favored in the trench report. They should be able to run the ball. Good luck. No one's been able to do that on the Patriots.
What if he just comes out and goes out of his mind, like out of body experience?
It could happen, dude. It could. Have we seen that before? No, not when it's a playoff game making your first start in 2 years.
Not under these circumstances.
No. Like Nick Foles had a great run. He got a few games under his belt before he went on that run.
Yeah.
Hell, Joe Flacco's out of body experience. I know he's not a backup quarterback, but out of body experience to win that Super Bowl. That was insane. But he played a whole season before he went into that. You know what I mean?
That's my thing, man. It's just there's so many days in between this guy playing meaningful football and now that I'm like, how do you just turn it back on?
Yeah, it's.
And you think about being Jarrett Stidham, dude. You didn't think you were playing a down of football the rest of the year, and shit. You're sitting over there, y'all just won the game, everybody's hyped, and all of a sudden they come in and say, "Oh, by the way, you're up next week." Just saying, that ain't that easy to do, dude.
That's gonna be tough for anyone. That's all I'm saying. Like, he's gonna make a mistake in the game, and it's gonna be real hard to try to put that out of your mind when you make that first mistake.
It may be the difference in the game.
He could shock us. He could surprise us. Like I said, if this is a close game in the fourth quarter, if this is a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, I do not like the Patriots' chances.
He gonna get his chance.
I'm gonna go warm up the car real quick. Talk about the Rams Seahawks and kind of what you're expecting from that one, because the 2 games that these two played, if you put the numbers side by side and add them up, these guys were like dead even. Although the Rams probably, they have a favor. They're favored in the trench report. They beat the shit out of the Seahawks the second time and let the Seahawks come back in that fourth quarter. They just collapsed. And the Rams, I would love the Rams even more here if it wasn't such a bad spot. Third straight road playoff game. Not easy to do.
Yeah, not easy to do at all there. I've been high on this Rams team for a couple months now, man. I've been telling y'all I think that's the best complete team in the entire NFL there. You got the MVP on your team. I would assume that's going to be Matthew Stafford at this point. I don't see any way he's not getting that award. So you got the MVP at quarterback, a guy that has won a Super Bowl before, the only quarterback left in these playoffs that has actually won a Super Bowl at this point. Total sitting at 47.5 there. I don't know really how I feel about that total. I'm on the Rams. Like I said, I've been on this train for a little bit now. It's bit me a couple times. I tried to bet them both times when they played down in Carolina. Maybe Carolina just had something schemed up against them. Seattle looks kind of like a machine. The way they dismantled San Francisco last week was pretty impressive for me. But, really, maybe they just have something figured out against that San Francisco team on the other token as well. I'm rolling with Matthew Stafford here. I mean, honestly, I think the smart play in this one would be to take whichever team was the dog, whoever was getting the plus 2.5, take the little plus money on the money line or whatever. I'd probably go ahead and take the 2.5 too, because weird shit happens in the NFL, and it could totally be one that winds up landing on the 2 some weird way or something in this game. So I'd probably go ahead and take the 2.5 too, but it'd probably be somewhere I'd take like 2.5 plus 2.5 for 2 units, and then go with the plus 130 on the money line for the Rams for a unit as well. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna roll this wave, man. I've been on the train for a little while now. I can't see myself jumping off at this point right here, because I'd be mad at myself if the Rams wind up pulling through and getting it done. I know it was right there in front of me at that point. I am Stafford will retire if the Rams win the Super Bowl. You know, people always say that, Ghost, but I think you sit back and you look and you're like, well, hell, man, I just went out there at 38 years old and I did put up the MVP. I was the best quarterback in the league all year long. Obviously, still got a little bit in the tank. We'll have to see. Obviously, a lot of football left. I do agree with Will when you look at the Super Bowl odds down here. I do think there's value on putting a little sprinkle in on Denver at plus 1,100. You look at the odds to win the whole thing. You got Seattle's the favorite at plus 145, the Rams at plus 230, Patriots at plus 250. I mean, I think there's value on both the Patriots and the Broncos right there, because one of them damn teams has got to make the Super Bowl. And I think you go look at your spot on Kalshi or whatever, but you're going to get a chance to cash that out for plus money on one of those teams.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm with you on that. But yeah, the Rams, I'm just going to keep riding the train, man.
No, I think it's going to be a good game. One thing, you know, I've said this, and here I thought about it, a better way to explain it. So I've been saying, I think this Seahawks team's overrated. That doesn't mean I don't think they're good. They're obviously good. They got the 1 seed. They've had a hell of a season, but I think they're overvalued right now, because what are the last 2 games we watched the Seahawks play?
Well, we saw the San Francisco both against San Francisco,
right?
Yeah.
A banged up San Francisco team.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they were missing guys. The first game they were missing, and they whipped their ass both times. But I think we're getting a little blinded by, like, hey, they did play the same team twice, right? With rest advantage in one of them.
Yeah.
Albeit the first one was down in Santa Clara, but still, I think they're getting overvalued, because look at they're just crushing everyone. They just crushed San Francisco. It's like, yeah, you crushed the same team twice, which you probably have an edge against that team. There's certain teams that match up well certain seasons against each other. I think it's just if there's any team that you wanted to see in the playoffs out of the playoff teams, it was the 49ers, because they were so beat up. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hear you, but there is also something to be said. The fact you played that team for 120 minutes now in the last 3 weeks, and you didn't allow a touchdown to an offense that has Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, yada, yada, yada. They've been lighting everybody else up offensively, and Seattle has now held them 2 games straight without a touchdown. So there's got to be something said for that defense playing at a high level.
Oh, no, and I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, I think the public perspective of this Seahawks team is a little bit overvalued. I think.
Do we have?
Not saying that they can't go win this game, but this Rams team is going to be this Rams team is given Seattle fits this season, albeit Seattle did win one of those games.
Do we have any idea of any better weather reports at this point to know what the weather's going to be? Because I do think that matters in these games.
I think it's going to be like 45 and raining. God, am I good or am I good?
Is that what it is? I mean, hell, that's about
par for the course. Sunday was 3:30, so it's going to be 40. Chilly with periods of clouds and sunshine, and by chilly they mean 47 degrees.
What's the wind doing?
4 miles an hour.
Okay, that ain't bad then.
It doesn't get too windy up there that often. I mean, it's rare that it's not like the east side of the state where we have a bunch of wind.
Right. Just curious about that.
Yeah, it's 3:30 kickoff as well, so it's not going to be like the sun's still going to be out when we kick this thing off. It's not like it's going to be the temperature's going to drop drastically. It's going to be a typical Seattle kind of day. Actually, better. It's not a rainstorm.
I'm with Ghost though. Sammy Dimes is due for one of his clunkers.
Yeah,
he is so due for one of those.
This new injury, and then they're going to definitely need him to do more than he did last week, right?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, And does May have a hard time throwing? I don't think Drake May has a hard time throwing the ball anywhere, Jose.
No, I don't think he does. The Patriots are also undefeated on the road this year.
Undefeated, never lost.
Which is freaking impressive, you know?
Indeed. Well, all right, man, I need to hop out here. I got to have a couple minutes before I get started. But it's about that time. Chat, y'all have a wonderful day out there. Good luck to you and all your wagers and all that stuff. Sir, you be safe headed to work. I will see you.
The window got replaced. I'm taking the good car.
Atta baby. Way, there we go. What'd that run you?
$100. That was my deductible. So, and they came to
$100.
my house and fixed it right here, which was great. I love that.
To your house and everything. Let's go.
Didn't have to take it anywhere. Yeah.
We love that. Well, sir, be safe. I will see you in the morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go.
Later, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right, chat. We're going to raid Crick Stream. Make sure you get over here, smash the like button, hop in the chat, say hello. The raid is on. The show does not end here. It continues over at Sports Fix. Make sure if you haven't already, give them a follow over there. Got to get him to 1,000. Come on. Go says May needs to play better. Yes, he does. And the Patriots offensive line needs to play better as well. I will fault May for some of the stuff that he did, but some of those strip sacks were not on him. I mean, some of them were like a normal drop back, a normal amount of time to throw the ball. So some of it is on his offensive line as well. So, but I will say he does have terrible pocket awareness, and he needs to hang on to that damn football when he runs with it. So, bottom line is that the Patriots offensive line can play a little bit better, then they'll be just fine. But we'll see. Oh gosh, Ghost went 2-7. Damn, Ghost. That's rough. It's rough. Bounce back day today, though. They give us another chance today to make up for it. 0-3 in NHL, 0-4 in college basketball. Gross. What were your 2 wins in then? Lacrosse? All right, we're going over Crick's Corner. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm going to hit the repost as well. Tell people to get in here. The show must go on. There we go. The public cleaned house yesterday. Ooh. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Same time as always, bright and early, 4:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But until then, good luck, good gambling, and game on.